What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Grips Poker Training Show, episode 29, where we teach you how to get stacking. Today, we're going to have everyone's favorite thing to watch, some multi-table tournaments. There were a few more before, but we got rocked in some big pots. What are you going to do? And our guest on the show is going to be Blake. He's going to be playing some small stakes poker at Lock Poker and cash games and sit and goes both. So we're going to go ahead and head right on over to his action, and if anything good comes up in these tournaments, I will put the screen over there so you guys can sweat the action. Given how shallow we are, it's probably just going to be all in pots, but that's everyone's favorite thing to watch anyway, right? So I'm ready to hear this. All right, what's going on, Blake?
Nothing much, man. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Very
Awesome.
well, thank you. So I heard you had a big weekend.
Oh yeah, I had a great weekend.
Tell me about it.
Went to Daytona. There was a $40, like a $40 just regular tournament that I wanted to play, and I wanted to play some 1-2 cash live. So I decided it was a good weekend. You know, went on a Saturday, and the tournament started at 10 a.m. There was like 93 people in it or something like that. It was a pretty decently structured tournament too. I ended up getting first place for $719. Not too bad.
Snap.
Yeah.
Snap. That's pretty solid ROI. Is that like a million%? No.
Yeah, probably a million or so.
1,000. I'm thinking like 8,000. You know, one of those math guys is going to come in and be like, "No, dude, 7,968%."
Yeah, probably.
That's cool. I like when people have stuff to add. So tell me about the tournament. Like, what was the field like? What was the payout structure? Do you guys have deep stacks?
Okay, well, first of all, you start off with 4,000 in chips. You can get two different add-ons, one for $10, one for $5, and they both get you 1,000 chips.
Mm-hmm.
So I got both of those.
Nice.
And so pretty much everyone started off with 6,000 chips. The payout structure was top 10%. So it worked out. So the top 9 got paid. So even if you got to the final table, you didn't get paid. And a lot of people were really pissed off. Yeah, a lot of people were pissed off because of that. But.
Did they try to do like a save? I know a lot of times what they'll do, like in those situations where it's like it's the final table and the guy who gets 10th is going to be so hurt. What they do is they get everyone who's in the tournament to pitch like whatever, $10, so that the guy who goes out 10th will at least make double his money.
No, I didn't do anything like that.
Really? That's surprising. Yeah. Usually they do because everyone's like, well, we're going to make money anyway. What's the problem with doing a little kickback?
True. No, there was nothing like that. They did offer to chop it when I got to six-handed. I'm like, why would I chop it? Just got to six-handed. Like, I'm just gonna no. And I had like a decent stack. It was like a mid-sized stack, average stack.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, guys, I'm not gonna chop it. I'll play it through. And then the guy, when I got to heads up, I had like a 3-1 chip lead on the guy. Like halfway through heads up, he's like, "You just want to chop it?" I'm like, "No."
It's fucking hilarious.
Like that's after playing heads up for probably 10 hands, and I won like 8 out of the 10 pots. And he's like, "You just want to chop it?" I'm like, "No, dude, I don't want to." He was really serious too. I was like, "Are you serious right now?" Like,
yeah, it's a last-ditch effort by him to like try to get some money back, but
yeah,
never gonna happen, especially against a young wizard like yourself. That's how it's fresh.
But yeah, it was a really soft tournament. Like I got paid off in so many situations where I shouldn't have. I actually didn't get any premiums the whole tournament. Like I didn't get ace, king, kings, queens, jacks, aces one time. The highest hand I got was 9s, I think, and then ace, jack, and below the whole entire tournament.
So did you run well post flop? Did you manage to make a lot of hands to get paid off with, or what was the main way that you chipped?
I just stole a lot of pots, and I was 3-betting a lot, and it just it just worked out in the long run. Yeah, just stole enough pots to make it where I didn't need to.
Yeah, take care of those kings first. They look like they could use some help.
But I stole enough pots to have like around 35, 40 bigs the whole tournament, and that's how I got to the final table.
Mm-hmm. I think that's usually going to be a winning strategy in those small stakes tournament because people play way too tight for one thing. They're really afraid to like call off because they've heard on like the World Poker Tour that Ace Queen is the number one bust out hand in tournaments, so they don't want to go broke with Ace Queen. And like Norman Chad and Lon McCarran say that there's only three ways to play pocket jacks, and they're all wrong. So when people get jacks, they're like, I just don't want to deal with this hand. I'm just gonna throw it away. So like the fold equity you have, both for shoves and for just pre-flop raises, is insane. People are so afraid to defend their blind and play a pot.
Mm-hmm.
Even for like, where did you see anything crazy where people are getting shoved on for like six bigs and they have like queens? Like, I don't know, man. Might need to wait for a better spot.
I mean, stuff like that does happen. I didn't see any like this particular tournament, but I've played in this tournament before, and stuff like that does happen a lot, and it's just really, really weird. And then, like, there are so many instances where I'll just like, "What are you doing?" Like, I said it out loud, and I felt bad for saying it out loud, and I was like, "Oops, sorry, guys."
Yeah, you don't want to hurt the fish's feeling. Encourage them to continue playing bad.
Definitely.
Well, I gotta leave your tables for a second, because I got two aces.
Sweet.
Yeah, I played. Have you ever played the? Oh right, you can't play on Poker Stars. They have this tournament. It's a $1 rebuy, 3x turbo. So it's like really, really fast, but it pays like 12 G's to the winner, and it's a $1 rebuy. So I usually get in that thing 'cause it's a lot of fun. But the blinds go up like it feels like every minute they're going up. So like, even if you have a stack early, it really doesn't matter. Pretty good flop for my aces. I'm gonna bet real small, try to get these guys to spaz out. So how many times have you played that tournament? You were saying you played it before?
I played it probably about like 4 times or something like that. I final tabled once, and I think that was the only time I cashed. And the other times, I just got like I sucked out on and shit like that. And then I think the first couple times was before I found like your website, so so I wasn't doing as good as I am now.
Got him. So yeah, what did you learn from? I guess it was mainly the MTT strategy guide that changed your play and helped you eventually just like take the thing down.
Stack size, like what you can do with any particular stack size is what mainly helped me, you know. Like I actually like watched all of them and I wrote down like when I should be 3-betting light, like what my stack size is, and when I can't 4-bet light and all that stuff. And I wrote it down on like a notepad thing in my phone, and I just referred to that every so often.
That's good. Yeah, a lot of people, they don't understand when they can't like open raise anymore and just bleed their stacks down so much, make it really difficult to get back in the tournament.
Yeah.
Like if you just raise fold, raise fold, raise fold, and you have to double up like just to get back to where you were a couple orbits ago, it's not a winning strategy.
No, not at all. Yeah, and then I learned we're down like a sweet, I won a double up tournament. Like reshove stacks, and like I have to watch for my opponents having a reshove stack and like the blinds when I'm on the button and shit like that. But like I feel like the people who were playing this tournament had no idea like the stuff that I was thinking about, you know?
Yeah, in those cases, you don't really need to worry about whether they have a reshove stack or not because they don't know how to use it properly. So you can just treat them as like whatever, what they are, weak tight players. What would you say the average age was in that tournament? Is it like a seniors event?
Well, what it was is there's like a bunch of free poker tournaments that I told you. Remember I told you about those that I used to play in. They usually have like a bunch of like oldish people that just play there for fun. And this tournament, like, what did I just do? One second. This tournament is like for those free tournaments. Like if you win one of the free tournaments, you get a seat into this tournament in Daytona. Like they'll buy you in.
Okay, so it's just super soft.
Yeah, because these people they play free poker all the time, where you start off with like 1,500 chips and blind scope every like 6 minutes to like like really crazy stupid amounts that it's basically just all in every hand, and they just have no idea how to play.
Right. It's kind of like when people play like a bar league or whatever for a satellite to the main event, and then they get in there and suddenly they have like 30,000 chips and like what is it? It's 300 big blinds, I guess. Or
Mm-hmm.
yeah, 'cause it starts at 51, and they just have no idea how to play deep stack.
Mm-hmm.
And same for satellite players. Like a lot of people who will qualify for like the F Tops events and the W Coops and stuff, they'll have been playing a satellite where average stack is 10 to 20 big blinds. So they know how to deal with that, but then the tournament starts where they have 400 big blinds, 500 big blinds, 600 big blinds, and they just make the most atrocious mistakes because they don't know how to adjust to deep stack play.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know, but it was just stupid soft. Like I just can't even explain. Like these people are just so bad.
Yeah.
But since I knew that it was soft and like there was a more to answer your question before, it was a bunch of older people is what the average age was, and some of the older people, like while they were playing, they were like, oh great, another young guy who's going to be super aggressive and raise every pot. So like when I came to each table, like I talked to the two people to the left of me, like the two, and they were always old people. I was like, hey, how are you doing today, how's it going? I try to like be nice to them so they wouldn't think I was some young like asshole trying to steal the blinds every time. Like maybe they'd be like, oh, I like you, I'll just go to
Yeah.
you.
It's a great technique. I did the same thing in the main event. There was a French guy on my left who barely spoke like a word of English. He'd been in the States for I guess a week, and I started talking to him in French. He's like, "Holy shit, someone I can actually communicate with."
Mhm.
It was such a relief for him. Like he was inviting me to dinner and stuff. Like, man, I got things to do. But later on, there was a spot where he raised pre, and it was a board where he should have c-bet, and he didn't. And after the hand, he's like, "I feel like I can't try to bluff you anymore now that we bonded." So there's a lot of value to, making friends with the people who are on your left. Those are the guys who are most likely to give you trouble, the ones who are most able to take your chips. It's definitely worth doing, making friends so they'll just kind of let you have your way.
9 to 1 with 4-6 offsuit.
Nah, that hand's fucking garbage.
9 to 1. It's so hard to pass up that math sometimes.
Oh, you could have flopped mid pair and been in a
You
awkward
know,
spot.
yeah, really, really bad spot. You're right. The squeeze. Yeah, squeeze.
It's also nice when like they say that to you as soon as you get to the table, and you just know that you have fear equity,
Mm-hmm.
like that you're going to be able to get away with stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Damn. This fold to 3-bet was 100%.
Small sample.
250. Well, only 10, so only 10 hands was the fold to 3-bet sample. But so was this guy's. What would you consider a good sample?
Like 100 hands.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, like 250 hands on each of these guys, and both their fold to 3-bets was 100. They both played back.
Sons of bitches.
Sons of bitches.
Whatever. I think that's good. My friend's always telling me that he thinks the most relevant stat you can have at low stakes is the fold to 3-bet.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's too high, you can just 3-bet any two cards. And if it's too low, you can 3-bet like a really wide value range.
Yeah. For sure.
That's good news. So, what were the most interesting hands from the tournament? You got any memorable ones?
There was a couple memorable ones.
I think it's okay to fold that ace 10.
Oh, look, it's Flugenhorn. Remember him?
I remember that note.
There was a couple hands that were particularly like what the fuck. Like I have no hands where like, oh, I play this hand so well, so I'm gonna tell you about it because, like I said, the only way I like chipped up is just by stealing and like three betting a lot.
Yeah.
But it was one hand. I'll try to explain it the best I can. Um, there was the blinds were I think 25 and 50, like the first level of the tournament. So I had around like 6,000 in my stack, and so did everybody else.
Okay.
Four limpers in front of me. I had ace seven of hearts in the button, so I over limp.
Cool.
The small blind calls, big blind checks. Flop comes ace queen ace, two clubs. It goes check check, and then the guy who was under the gun bets out like more than pot. Like I think there was like 350 in the pot or something, and he bet 400 or something like that. And the one guy in middle position calls. I figured that. Well, now that I look back on the hands, I feel like I just called here, by the way. I feel like I should have raised to protect hand from draws, but
Well, you have position in the hand.
yeah.
And also, like, in case they have a bigger ace than you kind of want to
yeah.
losses when you're beat, maximize gains when you have them.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah, I didn't want to get stacked by by a better ace like right there, and like I don't know. So I decided to call. Small blind, big blind, fold. The turn comes with seven of clubs, which is the absolute perfect card for me, right?
Wow, so you're full and the flush is there.
Yeah, exactly. Shit.
Take care of your hands first. I know it's tough to like think while speaking, so
Yeah.
the story can wait.
Oh, okay. Come on. Damn it. God damn it. This is so frustrating.
Fucking hugs.
Okay, whatever. Alright. Okay, anyway. Turn comes seven of clubs.
Yeah.
The guy who's under the gun bets again. This time he bets like half pot. And then the guy in the middle position calls. So
How much is in the pot and how much do you have in your stack?
The pot was 1550. I wrote it down right here. It was 1550. When he bet in like on the turn, like when the seven came, there was 350 in the pot.
Okay.
Or 1550 in the pot. Show it here. So he bet 1,000, just like a straight 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's not even his thing. His aggression's infinity. Should I just check here and let him bet, or should I not risk giving him the free card?
No, you should bet.
So he bets 1,000 into the 1550 pot. The guy in middle position calls. I'm kind of worried. I'm not worried, but like I'm kind of thinking about what the guy in middle position has at this point. I think he might have a hand like king queen with the king of clubs or something like that.
Yeah.
Just 3+4 and like, you know. I don't put the guy under the gun on ace queen. This was my reasoning. I don't know if this is like correct reasoning, but I didn't put him on ace queen just because of the fact that he bet the pot on the flop, right? And he got two callers, which might mean someone has a flush draw or something like that. Why would he not bet just as big, like the pot, on the turn if he had ace queen once the flush comes in? Because we had flush draws, we were still gonna call him because the flush hit. Like, why would he now bet half pot instead of betting full pot if he had ace queen?
Right.
Now that's the reason why I didn't put him on ace queen. I don't know if that's like right reasoning to not put him on ace queen. Or like, what do you think about that?
Well, I think that's not enough information to just like instantly rule it out, because when you have a full house and you've got it locked up, you don't want to scare out your customers. So it's hard for you to both have flushes, and if he goes with half pot, he's more likely to keep you guys in there. And it really just depends. Like if he goes half pot, is it going to be a pot size bet left on the river, or is it going to come up that like what's in the middle is much smaller and he'd have to go for an over bet to get all in by the river? Because that's what really determines how big the bet size should be on the turn.
Okay, 1 second.
Oh, I need a 10 of hearts. I didn't get it. Busted the rebuy. Bad beat. So you call with the full house?
One second.
Okay.
What does this guy have? Raise free, call from the button, see bet flop, call, bet turn, call.
I'd imagine that 6 is not a good card for you.
Yeah, not at all.
And if he has one of the hands you're beating, like 8s or 9s, he's probably going to check it back.
Mm-hmm.
So I think check folding is probably fine.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, okay, so I just call. 1 second. I'm thinking about just reshoving this ace-10.
Yeah, it's good stack size. There's nice like 600 in the middle. Hurry up, do it, do it, do it. Man, why are you making me sweat like that?
Oh, king 8. Good thing you called. Oh, yeah, I thought so. Damn.
Yeah, that's like if he folds, you're chipping up like 20%, which is just sweet. And like blind versus blind, odds are ace-10 is going to be way the best hand. So easy to get it in.
So okay, I call, right? So he bets 1,000, I call, and the guy in middle position called too. So that's now there's like 4,500 in the pot.
Okay.
Fucking fluting horn. All right. The river comes at 2 of clubs. Now the guy under the gun checks now, which that tells me that he doesn't have ace queen, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That check on the river is like, okay, you don't have ace queen. But now the guy in middle position bets out. He doesn't shove. He just bets out. He bet out 1,500, I think. It was either 1,000 or 1,500. It was a small-ish bet. Fold the 3 bets only 62. Should I just fold these 6s?
Yeah, I would fold them.
All right.
You're going to be playing out of position with a hand that rarely flops equity and just going to get barreled off a bunch.
Yeah. Okay. So now the guy in middle position bets pretty small. Like it was either 1,000 or 1,500, I forget. Okay. And now all I'm thinking is, should I reshove for value or should I just call him? The way he played the hand, I just did not put him on ace queen. I just put him on king queen with the king of clubs or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
So
I think the biggest reason that he's unlikely to have ace queen is that this is a limped pot.
Yeah.
And you'd expect someone to raise it up with ace queen, especially with limpers ahead.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, not you would, but like not particularly in this tournament. Like there's a lot of limping that goes on in this tournament. Like everyone's really bad.
Yeah.
So. Like people limp with ace king and they say, oh, I hate this hand, I just don't like ace king, that's why I limped.
Yeah, it's a drawing hand. I'm gonna wait to see if I make a pair on the flop before I commit any more money.
I don't even know, but yeah, nice.
Oh, you got there? Sweet.
So I'm deciding whether to reshove for value, and I think for like 3-4 minutes I'm like, there's no way this guy has ace queen, so I'm just gonna reshove for value. But I was afraid, still kind of afraid of the under the gun guy, but I was like, there's like no way you would check the river with ace queen, so I did reshove for value. Both of them call, right? The guy in middle position who bet out on the river, he turns over king 10 with the king of clubs.
Okay.
Like so he had enough flush on the river, and he had like a gutter on the flop in the turn. The guy under the gun, once he sees that hand, he just straight mucks his hand.
Yeah, because what's there left for the other guy to have?
And I asked him later, and he's like, I have the jack of clubs. I'm like, doing what? I'm like, do you have an ace? He's like, no. I'm like, what? What? So like once they both called, I was like, anybody have ace queen? I just flipped over ace 7. They were like, oh man. I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh man, like what? Like I just don't understand some of the things people do. I'm really bad at explaining hands, like, and I definitely think I could play. Like I actually got max value, but I think I could have played the hand better. I think I should have raised the flop, in my opinion. Like most of the time, I should be raising the flop in that spot to protect from draws.
I think you play the hand properly because given that you have position, you're going to be able to navigate well when the draw comes or when it misses. If you were out of position, I'd be more concerned about that. But like you get last action and you get to see how they react to the draw coming in, whether they start to play fast or if they continue to play weak.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like you also don't have the nuts, so you like to be a little bit cautious.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I need a queen. Oh, blew my tourney. I'd imagine I was pretty far from the money. Yeah, not even close.
You still have like 5 more, don't you?
Yeah, but I mean, I played like 12, so it's not very happy. And I got like 4 left. Let's get a stack in 1. I made the mistake of not respecting the guy's 3x raise. Usually the 3x raises from early position are much stronger hands, whereas the guys who are going to be playing like a wide range are going to be min-raising or like 2.2xing or 2.5xing. So I guess that was actually kind of a mistake with ace-queen, and I should just folded, facing a 3x raise from early position. I saw the guy stack, I'm like, oh, he has a lot of chips, so I'm going to go with it, but tight players can have big stacks too, deep in turns. So you like tripled up on one of the first hands.
Yeah, and yeah, it was really good, and like, and then that gave me the ability to just like 3-bet a lot and just like steal so many pots. I think that was actually the pot that helped me win the tournament the most. Is the one the first level.
Yeah. And then did you ever dip below at that point, or was it kind of just like a smooth, steady cruise?
I did. There was this one hand with this lady who had. It was in the middle stages term. I think the blinds were like 1 in 200 or something like that, and I had like 40,000 or 45,000. But that 45,000 was like better than average stack. Like it was a really weirdly structured tournament. So even though I only had like 25 bigs, like it was still like a good stack. But she had about like 30,000 or something like that. It folded around to her. She's in the small blind. I'm in the big blind. She just calls. I look down at queen 5 off, so I check. Flop comes queen, jack, deuce. So she checks. I bet. She calls. Turn comes a queen. She bets. I raise, she shoves, and then I call, and then she's fuck. Serious?
Yeah, it's pretty gross. I was gonna make a joke about what are you gonna do with those aces.
But and then she flips over freaking 9-10 for an open ender, and she fucking hits it. So I dip so low, but then I chipped up again, so it wasn't really a big deal, but.
Some guy at the Big Ten just said that AK is rubbish. So, I guess it's a pretty common feeling online and live. Oh, you got so many outs.
Yes.
Nice, we got him.
We're on the bubble right now too, I think. Now I have decent amount of some fold equity. Should I be shoving this 8-9? I think I should be shoving this 8-9.
Yeah. Only 2 hands to get through. You guys shorter than you. You're gonna have decent equity when called.
Not. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's the worst turn, man.
You're drawing dead. I just like wanted something, chop or something, man.
It's so painful when you improve your hand, but you're still fucking drawing dead.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like it's fair.
Well, I didn't know I was still in the tournament. Okay.
Yeah, you got 2 bigs.
With 6s there, I got timed out. But should I have like one guy limped and it's like really early stages. Should I be over limping there or should I just raise?
Is this a sit and go or an MTT?
This is a single.
Yeah, I think overlimp's okay.